Hi, I'm Angie and today I'm showing you how I make my strawberry rhubarb pie. It's not really a recipe because it's so easy, it's more a method. In this bowl I've got about 2 cups of sliced strawberries, and the measurements are approximate because I pretty much just eyeball it as to how much I can fit into the pie crust. So it kind of depends on your pie shell, but start with 2 cups sliced strawberries, and then I'm going to add about 2 cups of sliced rhubarb. Rhubarb grows in stalks like this, and you want to discard the leaves because they're toxic, and just wash and then slice up the rhubarb stalks. So I'll just add my 2 cups of sliced rhubarb, and I'm dedicating this recipe to Jose, who has not ever eaten rhubarb, and this is a great way to start because it's a very tart, well, it's really a vegetable, but it's very tart, and mixed with the strawberries and in a pie, it's just a nice way to get acquainted with the flavor of the rhubarb. So Jose, I hope you'll give this a try. Now I'm going to sprinkle in about a cup of sugar. You can go up to 1 1/4 cups of sugar if you prefer it sweet. I don't like it too sweet, so I barely use even the whole cup. And 1/3 cup flour. And I'll just toss those together and set it aside. I like to use a homemade crust, and you can check out my video how to make homemade pie pastry if you'd like a recipe for that. It's just so much far superior to a frozen crust, but a frozen crust is better than no pie at all, so if that's all you can manage, that's great, just use that. Okay, I'll set this aside and get my pie crust. Okay, so here's my homemade pie shell, and I've preheated the oven to 425 degrees, and I'm going to bake the pie for about 15 minutes at the high temperature and then turn it down to 350 for the remaining maybe 35-40 minutes. You just want it to be nice and golden and bubbly. And this pie tends to overflow the juices a little bit, so you might want to put a piece of foil underneath on the next shelf down. So I just spoon in the pie filling. You just want to kind of press it down in the pie as well as you can. And then I just take a tablespoon of butter and kind of dot that around the pie. And I'll put on the top crust. You can check out my video how to flute a pie crust if you want more detailed instructions on finishing the pie. I just like to tuck the top crust under the bottom crust. And you can just leave it like that, or you can use a fork to make indentations. Or what I like to do is just use my thumb and forefinger to make a little fluted edge around the edge. You also want to make sure to add some vent holes in the top. You can put an initial of somebody special, or just do like a little starburst design like that. Okay, so I'm going to pop this in the oven at 425 for 15 minutes and then turn the temperature down to 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 35-40 minutes or so. So I'll pop this in the oven and I'll show it to you when it's done. Okay, it's been a total of about 1 hour and 5 minutes and the pie is done. You can see it's a very flaky crust. Thanks for watching, and I hope you try some strawberry rhubarb pie.